Cryptocurrency exchange WazirX underwent a massive cyber attack on July 18, leading to the theft of more than $230 million in cryptocurrency. This theft involved more than 200 crypto assets, including $96.7 million of Shiba Inu, $52.6 million of Ether, $11 million of Matic, and $7.6 million of Pepe. The company stated that the breach occurred in a multi-signature wallet that utilized cryptocurrency storage infrastructure from Liminal, which is a firm that specializes in building storage and wallet services for virtual assets. So a multi-signature wallet is a wallet that requires authentication from multiple parties before a transaction is processed. So in this particular instance, WazirX stated that the compromised multi-signature or multi-sig wallet required authentication from three WazirX keys, followed by a final approval from Liminal. The company stated that the cause of the cyber attack was a discrepancy in the data that was displayed on Liminal's interface and the actual transaction contents. So this type of attack is known as a transaction manipulation attack, where the content of a authentication message is changed. So, for example, the details of the amount being transferred or the beneficiary account or other details like that will be changed. So this is a type of cyber attack. Based on a forensic report that came out on the 19th of August, WazirX claimed that there was actually no compromise of its IT systems and they blamed Liminal for the cyber attack. What is most controversial, however, was the company's attempt to manage its losses immediately following the attack. WazirX announced a quote loss socialization strategy unquote that would distribute its losses amongst all of its users. It would do so by locking 45% of all user wallets on the platform, convert the locked funds to USDT, which is a stable coin pegged to the US dollar, while allowing users to trade or withdraw the remaining 55%. Notably, this move would affect all users on the platform, even those who did not hold any currencies stolen during the attack. Legal experts Medianama spoke to suggest that the decision could face legal scrutiny, particularly regarding the reasonableness of their existing security measures and the company's use of customer funds. The legality of WazirX actions may depend on their terms of service, but users could contest these terms, especially if they are deemed to go against public policy. WazirX also planned to convert the locked funds to USDT, which is a stablecoin. This is effectively changing a user's investment portfolio without their consent. So, following widespread criticism, WazirX shelved its plan to socialize losses and is reportedly considering other options. It made another announcement on the 8th of August that the company would be reversing all of the trades that happened between 18th of July, the day of the hack, and 21st of July, when trading and withdrawal was officially stopped. The company has also cancelled all ongoing transactions and still maintains a halt on trading and withdrawals. Nikhil, do you have any points to add about the strategy?
Sharveya, my first problem with what's going on is that WazirX seems to be blaming Liminal, for the hack of this wallet. But frankly, and they also put out some information about, what are the number of exchanges in the world and that host a significant amount, like anything from 15 to about 50% of their holdings in a single cold wallet, right? So they're blaming, and that they're not the only ones who took this decision. In fact, Nishal Shetty had put out a tweet saying that if other exchanges felt that this was a wrong approach, they should have told them in the first place. But from a WazirX perspective, if they're putting that large a number of their crypto in a single wallet, that's a very large surface area of risk. It's common sense that that risk uh, exists and that it can be exploited. And if you lose 45% of your crypto, then consumers are going to be impacted. So WazirX should have realized that risk on its own. Blaming others for not highlighting this is not going to help. And so locking up that significant amount with liminal by itself is their decision. Even if others are doing it, that doesn't make it right, right? So I think WazirX needs to take ownership and responsibility over here. Um, and even with that, when that plan came out for socialization of losses, I had a similar issue. It was as if WazirX isn't taking ownership. Does WazirX not have the funds to deal with this particular loss or hack? They were socializing the losses amongst their own customers, but not paying for their, for it themselves. The founder of WazirX owns a lot of the value in the company, following the funding that they've raised. He started another company on the side. Uh, but where is his responsibility towards this? Why isn't he taking ownership of a mistake that has happened under his watch? And importantly, why should consumers who weren't involved, whose crypto hasn't been impacted, why should they pay for the losses of other users? So the socialization strategy actually is that was their way of saying that, look, we've lost the money, we've lost the crypto. We're just going to take from other people who've not been impacted and address some of your loss. Effectively, the way I saw it was, if my crypto has not been impacted and you're taking it and you're giving it to someone else, or you're converting it to USDT, you're stealing from me. So this socialization is not acceptable, and I'm glad WazirX has pulled it. But there is another thing to consider here in terms of taxation, for example, right? Uh, Indian users who bought cryptocurrencies have paid tax in terms of TDS. In case they have bought and sold on their capital gains, they have paid tax. So this crypto actually is an asset which belongs to them under Indian law because they pay tax on it. So if WazirX sells those assets, it's effectively theft. Um, Now, there was someone who said that this doesn't necessarily work if WazirX is holding them outside of India. Nishil Sethi, the founder of WazirX, is in Dubai, for all I know. Um, and But my point is that they've taken crypto that has been purchased in India and they're holding it outside the country, um, without the knowledge or perhaps the consent of users. And if they're actually acting on it and selling it and converting it into USDT, how is all of this valid under FEMA? I'm not a tax lawyer, uh, but it's clearly there's currency that's been taken out of the country. So I don't think WazirX had any right or any legal feasible like backing or legal grounds for socializing the losses. But also, and I don't know what they're going to do next. But I do think that they need to take ownership and responsibility for this loss, and not try and socialize it or make others pay for it. For those who've not been impacted by this, I don't see why WazirX shouldn't allow them to now either trade or take out their crypto from WazirX's exchange, because effectively WazirX is a custodian for that crypto. They don't own it. Um, and as a custodian, uh, they shouldn't be restricting access to that cryptocurrency. Thanks.
Yes, thank you for your comments, Nikhil. For more
Sure.
similar videos, remember to watch Medianama.